So we are talking about the control statements where if the condition is checked, if it is true, then this statement will get executed. If the condition is false, does not execute any instruction. So that is a if condition. When the condition is true, then only it will execute the if block. How many statements we can write? Multiple statements. Not only a single statement, you can write multiple statements. Suppose I want to write a program to check whether from two values which is maximum. Consider here we can use scanner to give the inputs, but just for logic, I'm just taking the values directly. Int a equals to 10, b equals to 5. You can write this in a separate class, in a separate method, then create the object for the class and call the method also. Just for the logic part, I'm telling here directly, like a greater than b. What you can write is, if you want to print the a value also, plus
A.
If you run this thing,
10. The maximum.
a is maximum 10. When 10 greater than 5 is true. If I give 10 greater than 15, true or false?
False.
False.
Then what will be the output?
The program will
Nothing.
not execute.
It won't execute.
It won't print any statement. You can see it's empty.
Yeah.
What's the problem? This,
Other condition.
yeah, if block executes only when the condition is true. When the condition is false, it won't execute. Okay. So here, if I remove the flower brackets and say 10 greater than 5, what's the output?
A is printed.
And for every statement, we give the semicolon, but for if I have not given any semicolon, right?
Yeah.
What happens if I give a semicolon?
Error.
Why error?
Yes, it will continue, right?
Semicolon is the end of the right?
Of the statement.
Semicolon is end of the instruction.
Instructions.
So for every instruction, we can give a semicolon. Why can't we give it for condition?
Because conditions, it's continue.
Because it is not ending here.
Okay. What if I keep the semicolon? What if I end here? Am I getting any error?
Then you need to print it. I mean, yeah.
I'm not getting
If
it.
you
Then what will happen if I execute 10 greater than 5? True or false?
true,
True.
how?
Let me
Because
complete.
of this semicolon.
Let me complete. It's not done yet.
Yeah.
10 greater than 15. True or false?
False.
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 Previously, there was no instruction, right?
It will print. Yeah.
So why it's printing?
Only it is calling that value of a,
Only it is
and the condition is not reading because it is false, right? So it's not printing. It's only printing that value of int a.
semicolon. Because of the semicolon,
Yeah. Okay.
that
Yeah.
condition is false. Also, it's executing because the condition is ending here itself. And this
Yeah.
instruction, what it becomes, irrespective of the condition, it will get executed. It is not
Okay.
linked to that if. If you want to link that to the if, no
Semicolon.
semicolon is required. And if you want, you can write in such a way, if you execute this, it's not printing anything, right? And if I have 10 greater than 5, if it's true, is maximum. So this is the entire thing is a single instruction actually.
Mm.
Okay. So people what they do for better understanding, we give it in the next line.
Yeah.
And that's the reason we don't give the semicolon here. Understood?
Yeah.
Now, if I write another instruction, which is not in the flower brackets, what will happen if I run this thing?
A greater than
It got exit.
If 10 greater than 15, what will be the output now?
15, 10 greater. It will not execute. It will
not
execute if
execute.
condition
Only
only.
if condition.
Will get executed. Yeah.
Why only if condition? Because only the next,
The
Because this is
statement is
false statement.
false.
yeah, because I haven't used the flower bracket. But if I use the flower bracket, what will happen? This entire thing comes under if. If I execute the same thing now, it won't print anything.
Hmm.
So you can see the difference, right? When you keep a
Yeah.
semicolon, when you keep the flower brackets are mandatory for multiple instructions. For single instruction, it's not mandatory. Correct?
Yes. Mm.
Sir, you did earlier. You did that semicolon, right? You put if a greater than b, then semicolon, and it still printed that a is maximum,
Yeah.
right, sir? Why you told, sir?
Because semicolon,
Uh-huh.
the condition end there itself, and the next instruction is not related to the condition. So the instruction will execute if the condition is true or false.
Okay. There it ended. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So it's not linked.
Hmm.
Those are two different instructions. Then. When I don't do the semicolon, this entire thing comes under that. If.
Hmm. Okay, sir.
Next. To overcome the problem here that when the condition is false, it's not executing anything. We are using if else. You can remove this. We write else.
Else print B is greater. B is maximum. Plus B.
So previously it didn't execute. Now B is
Yeah.
maximum 50,
Okay.
right?
Yes, sir.
So you should understand few operators also before entering into the programmatical part.
Yes.
So your task will be do programs on operators in Java.
Yes.
Okay. I'll explain one or two operators now. It's a simple concept. What we have to do, we have percentile and coefficient. What's the difference between percentile and coefficient?
Reminder will
Reminder will be there in modulo.
See, let's say I have 10 divided by 123. So usually you get 12.3, right?
Hmm.
But here in Java, integer divided by integer, what will that? It will give integer itself.
integer.
So what is that? 120.
Hmm.
So 120, how much is the remaining thing?
3.
3. So what is 3? Coefficient or remainder?
Reminder.
Percentile gives that reminder. And what is 12?
Coefficient. Coefficient.
Coefficient. Right?
Yeah.
So coefficient is given by slash, division symbol.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, remember this. Whenever integer divided by integer, it will give the integer value itself, not point value. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
Next. In max, what do you mean by a equals to 10?
Means it can go to up to 10 only. It cannot beyond 10. It cannot.
Yeah, 10 value is stored in that
A.
A, right?
Yeah.
Now, what do you mean by A equal to B?
10 equal to 10.
Where is B value?
Yeah. I mean, automatically. Sorry.
10 will assign to A and that A will assign to B. So I mean, 10 equal to
And from left to right. In max, every time right to left will be going, right?
Mm.
yeah.
B.
Usually in max, we say both are equal, right?
Mm.
Both are equal or not, we say. But machine can't understand two things for a single operator. It will either say that equal to is an assignment operator. So it will assign only. If I have B equals to 2, B value is getting assigned to A. Understood? So equal to means assignment itself. We are not doing anything else. Okay.
Okay.
Next.
Then what it will take?
So
Sir?
I mean,
A
sir, here
equals
what
to
will be the value of B? If there will be no b is equal to 2.
Then in Java, if you don't have the value of a variable, what it takes?
0.
0.
For local variable also it will take 0.
No.
For instance and static it will take 0, and for local it will give error.
Error.
Mm.
You have to initialize them.
Yeah. Okay, if I don't give any value, it will check whether it's instance, static, or local variable. Based on that, it will do. So we need to think what is the comparison operator. Comparison.
Sir, then this is A equal to B is not satisfying, right? A
Yes.
equal to
2.
Not satisfying. To satisfy, we have an operator A double equals to B. Okay.
Okay.
Now A is 10 and or B is A is 2 and B is 2, right? Is it satisfying or not?
Yes.
2 double equals to 2. So it's comparison. Double equals to means comparison.
Mhm.
Comparison in the sense it will check whether both are equal or not. Okay.
Okay.
Now if I take that, if I take this out, now 10 double equals to 2, true or false?
True.
False.
No. Sorry. No. No.
False, right?
Yeah.
Now if it is 20, then
No.
it is 20. So 10 double equals to 20, true or false?
Oh, yeah. Double times you are saying?
No, 10 double equals to 20. Is it true or false? I'm asking.
False.
False.
Oh.
Now B by 2.
Hmm. Yeah. It is equal.
How,
Equal.
20 by 2,
how much?
10.
10. So we can have the calculations also, right?
Oh, yeah.
See, I'm telling simple maths.
Yeah.
Any answers from you?
Yes.
That is division and comparison only, right?
Yes, sir. So double equal means it's just comparison, right?
Yeah, double equals to means comparison. Single equals to means assignment.
Assignment. Okay.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay.
So first it will you write b by 2, then division function will happen first.
Yes. After the division, it will compare.
Mm,
Okay.
mm,
Yes.
Next, let's write a program based on this comparison and division. Let's consider what are even numbers, what are odd numbers.
Which
Which
are
is
divisible
not
by
by
2 is
2
even
is
number.
even.
Yeah.
Yeah. So divisible by 2 in the sense percentile 2. What is the output?
Yeah.
2 even.
Even.
Will you say even? What is
Yes.
Yeah.
2.
when you
Reminder is 0.
Reminder.
Or
Okay.
oh,
The percent.
yeah, got it.
that's a
3.
practice again the
Exactly. It's not like a normal 0.
that's a reminder 6%
Yeah, yeah.
and
6, 3. Yeah.
The percent.
percentile to 0, right?
0.
Yeah.
5, 7, 9. 5
Odd.
percentile to how much?
It will give the reminder.
Reminder
Reminder.
2.7.
Yes.
How much is the reminder?
2.
1.
1.
2, 1, 3. How much?
1.
1.
2.2. I mean, 9.
1. Yeah.
I mean, it's odd.
So what you understand here, when a number is divisible by 2, when its remainder is 0, those are even numbers, right?
Mm.
Yes.
And when a number is divisible by 2, if its remainder is 1, it's odd number, right?
Right.
Yes.
So which is changing, the numerator or denominator? Don't ask what is numerator.
Same.
Numerator is changing. Denominator is same.
Yeah, 4, 6, 8 are numerator and 2 is a denominator.
Yeah, no,
The
we didn't.
numerators are changing, denominator is same. But the result, you need to compare it with 0 or 1. Based on that, you can say either it's even or odd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You see, what you are doing is you are making the machine tell the output. You can tell it here by seeing it, right? 4 percentile to it's even. But how you'll make the machine tell? First, I'll take a variable n. I can take 4, I can take anything. Some x. X equals to n percentile 2, right?
Yes.
So what is the n percentile 2? It might be 0 or it might be 1, right?
Yeah.
Based on the n value. So we need to compare. What is that? X double equals to 0.
2.
See here 0 will come right every time.
Okay. Mhm.
So if the result is 0, then we compare it with 0 or 2.
0.
So now if it is 0, what is that? N is
Even.
Maybe.
even number. If it is not 0, then what you understand? N is
Odd.
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 every condition you have two things, true or false, right? So this is like a coin. You have a coin, it has head or tails, right?
Yeah.
Coin is one, but it has both head or tails. Here only one condition. That condition has either true or false. When it is true, this instruction is getting executed. When it's false, else instruction is getting executed, right?
Yes.
Any doubts, anyone? You can ask.
So what is X here?
Variable.
But
We need to store these values, right?
Yeah.
Some value will come when we percentile. So 4 percentile to how much is that? X 0, right?
Hmm.
X value is what? 0. So here what will happen? 0 double equals to 0. True or false?
True.
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 Get executed, right?
Yeah.
Now,
Sir, is there any way to write this even or
what I am just showing just the same. N equals to 5. 5 percentile to how much is the output?
1.
1.
1 double equals to 0.
No.
No. So
Then
It
else
figure.
print else.
yeah, odd will number will as it.
Simple
Yeah.
one. So if you don't want x, what you can
Yeah.
do, remove that. But what I have to do, I have to take instead of x n percentile 2, right? If you want to save the memory, n percentile 2. So here n percentile 2 is 1, 1 double equals to 0, false. N is odd number. If I take this as 6, 6 percentile to 0, 0 double equals to 0, true or false?
True.
N is even number. So this is the logic how we derived it from the equation, right? First we wrote that which are even, which are odd, and we thought that the numerator is changing, so we have taken as n, and n percentile 2 double equals to 0, y double equals to 0. Comparison. If the result is 0, then it's a even number. If the result is false, then it's odd number. Any doubts?
No, sir.
No.
Clear.
Sir, we understand, but if you have explained this much, that's the reason we understand. But if I have to write it by myself, I mean, I cannot.
Yeah, first day itself you can't write directly, right? These programs logics you need to understand. But you have understood the logic, right? What is double equals to, what is
Yeah.
percentage, and in condition we can have any equation, like we can have calculations. That calculation value is getting compared with the value, right?
Can you ask related to some other question?
Means
I mean, you can ask some other logic and
leap year.
thing.
How to find a year as leap year? If I give 2020, is it a leap year or not?
So we have to divide it by 4, right?
Yes, then you got the logic, right? Percentile 4, then you need to compare with 0. If it is true, then it's a leap year. If it is not, it's a not a leap year.
Not that. Yeah.
Understood? Usually what we do, you compare the username and password. If username and password are equal, you go to home page. Else you go to login page.
Yeah.
Shall I continue?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
7 is grasping it because right? Percentile equal to the just operators, how the machine understands. Now what's the problem here? Only one condition we can write, right?
Yes.
This condition will have either true or false. So problem is,
Hello,
yeah, the problem is,
sir.
yeah,
Okay. I asked you something.
means I didn't get you. Come again.
Okay. Actually, you said 2020, right? So here n is equal to 2020.
N is equals to 20.
Okay. Okay, sir. Got it.
And n percentile 4, right? Next, here we can write only one condition. We cannot write multiple conditions. That's the reason we are going for nested if else. Nested every time means if within a if. So inside the if, this is one if else, right? Inside that if, we'll write another if. So like this, how many conditions you can write? N number of conditions. Like statement 1, statement 2, and statement 3. So what happens? First, the machine will check first condition. If it is true, it will check second condition. If it is true, it will execute the statement. If the first condition is true and second condition is false, what will happen? Else,
It won't execute the other condition.
yeah, the second condition is false. In a sense, the else part will get executed, right?
Mm.
If the first condition is false, then what happens? It will go to the else block directly, right? This outside else block.
Yes.
So what's happening? Condition within a condition, n number of times I can write. 10 conditions, 9 conditions, 20 conditions. It's up to us. But the thing is, if the first condition is true, then it will check the second condition. If second condition is true, third condition. Like that, one after the other, it will execute. But if the first condition is false, then it will go directly to the else part. If first condition is true and second condition is false, then we'll go to the else block statement 2. Okay, so to execute the statement 1, both the conditions should be true. To execute the statement 2, first condition is true and second condition is false. And the else part is executed when the first condition is false. If you're getting confused, just see it's
Yeah.
as a if else.
Yes.
What it is? It's like a if else. If you remove this, it's a if else, right? If condition is true, it will enter the if block. If the condition is false, it will enter the else block. That is if else. Again, inside this, another if else is there. If else. If the condition is true, statement. If the condition is false, statement 2.
Statement.
We can write a statement between first if and second if. If the first condition is satisfied true, then we can write this statement here between the two if.
No, that is what I said, right? Condition within a condition, then only you can see it as a nested.
Means both the conditions should be satisfied.
So we cannot write the statement between these.
Yes, we cannot write.
Okay.
If condition 1, then go to condition 2.
Sir, what about in if condition? Let's we have multiple condition. So in one condition is false and second condition is true, and else part is true. Then how it works?
How it will be? If first condition is false and second condition, how it will check? It won't.
No, but you said right. I mean, if there will be multiple if condition in one if, like one set of block, then it will check. I mean, it will execute the whole.
Yeah, it will execute the whole in the sense if first condition is true, then only it will execute the second condition, right? If second condition is false, will it enter the third condition? No, right?
No.
That is what I'm explaining.
And what about if else condition is true?
How else
It
condition?
won't show.
Where is else condition? Where is condition here for else?
If condition 2 is
Inside.
satisfying, then only it will go to the else part, na? Or else
Condition
it
2
will
is
stop there only.
condition 2 is false, then it will execute the else part. There is
Yes.
no else condition. Condition is there for if only. If the condition is true, then it will execute the statement 1.
Okay, so even like if any one of the condition will be true, it won't go to else part, right?
Yeah, if one condition is true, it will go to this. If second condition is true, it will go to statement 1. That's it. If the condition 1 is true and second condition is false, You can see here the arrow mark is pointing to else part, right?
Hmm.
Sir,
Is that right? Is it clear?
yes.
Yes.
So I want to
Yes, sir.
find, like I want to write a number is positive or not. I want to find out that A is positive or not, and A is greater than 1000 or not. So once it is positive, then only we can check whether it is greater than 1000 or not, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
If the first condition satisfies, then only we can check the second condition, correct?
Yes.
Next, how to write this?
Sir, one more question. So after if condition, if we'll give the flower bracket, then uh, these two condition they will check and then execute. If we are not putting a flower bracket, then
For multiple statements, we need flower brackets or not?
okay, we have to keep flower bracket.
We can't change the rules, right?
Mhm.
Next, let's write the program. Int, I'm taking A as 1500. If A greater than 0, all the positive numbers are from 0, right?
Yeah.
Then again we can check a condition. A greater than 1000. Why? If it is positive, you need to check whether it's greater than 1000 or not. So what you can write, A is positive because both the conditions are true, and A is greater than 1000. Next, else part. Say first condition is true, that A is positive, but it is less than 1000. So what you can write, A is positive and A is less than 1000. Correct?
Yes.
Else. If the first condition only false, it means that A is negative, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you can't say the negative numbers are greater than 1000, right? So you can't
Hmm.
even check this condition,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
If you execute, A is positive and A is greater than 1000. If I give it as 500, it is positive but less than 1000. If
Second.
you give
Yes.
minus 500, it is negative directly. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So condition within a condition, we are able to check, right?
Yes, sir.
So try different programs on online for if else, if programs. Tomorrow we'll see the remaining things like if else ladder, switch case, and all. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And operators. Don't forget to see the operators things. Try to understand them. Not all operators are required, but having knowledge is important, right? So that's the reason
Yes, sir.
I'm giving
Yeah.
the task to you because all the operators we won't be using. At least the minimum knowledge is required.
Okay, sir.
So I need to make program for operator.
Yes, obviously. So whenever I say to learn something, you will be learning through program itself. Typically, we can't learn Java. Okay. So you execute, you see the difference, then make a note of it, then you'll understand. Okay.
Okay.
Sir,